Okay. Should be live. Let's see. There we go. Alrighty. Got some cheap tools from Walmart. We'll use those this time around. Got a new lighter color blue. Try this out. So this will be probably the gradient. Yeah, let's actually just use it now. Grab some gesso. I think this stream could be longer. I might just complete, like, the last stream I did was like an hour and a half, and the painting right here. Here, I need to turn on my Wi-Fi real quick on my phone. This is what we have from last stream, and there's imperfections, which I honestly like more in art, so there's a lot more detail I could add to this. There's a lot more I can do to this. I don't know if I will do anything else to this, but right now I'm liking just the way it looks, and I might just keep it this way. Has a double face, can look inwards, concave and convex. The eye formations, depending on how you look at it, I mean, you could be imagine this as like God as the world creation, making the world cold with Eve fighting evil. I mean, there's so many ways you could look at this depending on your perspective. But honestly, I made this just because it looks cool, and I made it out of nowhere. If you watch my last stream, as my art comes from nowhere. So, well, it doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from my perspectives, my journey, and yeah. We'll do something different tonight. Probably it's gonna be probably a similar style as my art is, just that kind of style. But I try to add some touches. I haven't used this stuff yet. We might get into this. Matte medium and gloss medium. To add different like texture looks to it. Make it glossy. Make it more matte colored. Yeah. Alright. These are all cheap tools. Which cheap tools, I could 3D print these, but I don't have my 3D printer with me. And I need to invest in one actually. I'll be probably buying one soon. Newer one, because my Ender 3 is old. And I want to make more high quality prints. I also need a new computer. There's a lot of things I need, and I will be building up to it. My classes start soon, so I'm only working one job now. I'm actually going to be working two again once classes start, because I'm probably going to be being a TA, and that will be beneficial. But anyways, enough for that. Let's just get to the art. My gradient, I want to go with like a blue, but I think we're just going to go black right now. So, add a little bit here. I just bought this desk. Dude, it is so hard being 21. I mean, I've been on my own since I was 18. Well, younger, honestly, but like actually living on my own, having to pay for everything on my own since I was 18. Going to college as well. It's crazy. And I want to have like hobbies I wish I could do more in. But the world right now is crazy. The economy is nuts. So we're gonna add some black acrylic over here. Just gonna. I should be like probably these are more mixing areas. Yeah. See, I never like bought a trailer. I 3D printed one that was similar to this before, but the 3D print quality when I was like 2020 when I was doing it, it wasn't the best on the other three with the filaments and stuff. It was okay, but it wasn't smooth. Could probably done some like acetone treatment and made it smoother. But yeah, it's the 3D printers nowadays are a lot better quality. You need like $500 probably for a good one. Maybe a Creality or something. Or no, I would get there's a better brand. I forgot the name. Looking into it. Haven't 3D printed in like a year now. It's not complicated after you do it for so long. Especially when I already know CAD stuff. Okay, we're going to add some gesso over here. This will give it some texture. Probably use the other. I'm like new to using tools and stuff. My art ability came from not having expensive equipment or anything. This is cheap equipment, obviously, but it's more than I normally have, and it'll take me some time to get used to how I want to use everything. That's looking pretty nice right there. I like the mix. I think I went like 50-50 maybe. Just grab. I'm mixing this shit like nothing. This is stupid the way I'm doing this. This is definitely a more efficient way if I use a brush. I got new brushes also. That's gonna. It's the same ones I have, but they're new, and I'm probably gonna have to take better quality of them. I think I can use isopropyl maybe. Nah, that might ruin them. I need to look into how to clean them and stuff better. Might just be like a lower percentage isopropyl. I don't know what I'm making. We're gonna see what I make. My way of creation is I don't necessarily. It's probably gonna be some creatures and an environment. The environment will be created first, I'm guessing. Um, yeah. My way of creating art is more abstract and like in the moment. Everything should be in the moment in life, in my opinion. Everybody's so focused on the past and the future. You can't live in the present. You're not really living. You're always hopeful or you're always in fear. Never being real. Life is. Oh, that was a terrible sound. Life is but a. This is some cheap plastic. I think this is like $2. Life is but a game, kind of, that you perceive it in whatever way you want to. I'm going for a small brush for some reason. Alright, we're going to take a bigger brush. We're going to do like a fan brush here. No, I'm going to use this brush. This looks like... That sounds so stupid. Love it. Alright. What am I doing? I need a... Here, I'll just set that on here. We're just going to set that on there. Don't want to waste all of it. didn't add water to the new brush, and it's just like, oh hey, it's a stiff brush. Beautiful. Masterful. There we go. I wetted it down some, now it's more pliable. There we go. I'm gonna actually add a little bit of water here to the paint, just from the paint cup. The only paint that was mixed with it was the black and gesso, so not really changing any of the properties, really, other than liquefying the paint, making it a little more viscous and easier to spread, a little less thick. The gesso, this is meant to be a gradient. I don't need the gesso to be really that thick. Sounds like I'm saying I keep repeating myself. Kind of, I'm listening to myself as I talk, and I can see what's annoying. It's kind of funny. So I'm just gonna paint this whole thing black, and we're gonna try to make like a dark themed painting. No, I'm gonna make it. Maybe we'll figure it out. I'm having ideas right now, kind of like neon theme. I'm getting somewhere. If I'm quiet for a bit, it's probably because I'm just trying to get this gradient on so it can dry, and then we can. We're back. Oh, let me. That's weird. I don't know why that happened. I'm gonna turn on my Wi-Fi again. See what. That is so weird. All right. We are back. That is more like it. Ridiculous. I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully, they don't have it again. Hopefully. You can only hope. Move this cord out of the way. My setup is a lot better than it was. It keeps getting better and better. Just takes some time improving, getting every stream, making it slightly better. my throat, my my throat is like congested very badly right now. Humidity and stuff is going nuts around where I live. It's hot. It's terrible. So here's like I need to like move this without doing that. That is not pleasant. It's not something I want to do. Sorry about that. I had to hear it twice. If that makes you feel better. I'm gonna move this and try to get the edge without like spreading it everywhere. All right, we're gonna hang this up in a museum now, and we're gonna call it the Black Mirror, and it's gonna become the new famous piece. Everybody's gonna be like going crazy for this thing, you know. Can't even see what I'm doing right now. Pointing out the obvious. Now we're gonna move it this way. Still need to improve my setup so that I don't have to move it. I don't have to move anything at all. I want to get a better can. There's so much stuff I want to get, but I need to prioritize small things first. Just the little things that will make it better. I'm just using my phone. If I was using my my voice doesn't come out as accurate. We're getting close to being able to actually do something. This is drying pretty quick too, so it's nice. Thin layers. Most areas are thinner layers. I'm not trying to make like an even gradient. I want it to be kind of scattered. Dark, spooky, much as we can get. Just gonna go over some more areas again. You can't see this. I gotta remember, it's like this region blocks everything. I need to tape this down, glue it down, find some like adhesive, magnet. There's many alternatives. I just haven't thought to get into it yet. Haven't had really the time. I've been so busy with work and stuff. But I feel like I'll have more time now. Instead of working two jobs, I'm working one, and it's gonna be a lot easier. Also, can up my hours now in my other job, which actually pays me more and isn't total crap. uh, that's insane how some employers are these days. People are very slave oriented. It seems they want people want to have control. They want to control people like they're slaves. You can't say anything at all that's gonna make somebody upset. It has any sort of power. You have to be a you have to be a sheep for a bit. You have to be if you come from nothing, pretty much. Um, Unless you have a gift or like yeah, there's a lot of things that could probably make you. I don't know. I'm just black. My mindset is completely different than other people's. Not completely different. There's a lot of people that have similar ideas. I just speak it into the world more often, and it, it can impact me negatively, but it also impacts me more positively, in my opinion. Life has only grown because of my perseverance and being personalized. My mind has been my best friend and will always be my best friend. And most people should be thinking that way, but they're so controlled by everything else, everyone around them. It's frankly sad, but you can't do anything about it other than live your life differently and show people what the truth could be. So right now my life is decent, and I came from really like I'd rather not be alive than where I was. That's how terrible it was. If I had to live a life like that was my entire childhood, I would not. I'd rather not. I just rather not. So the fact is, I changed my life very quickly, so I didn't have to deal with the things I was seeing around in society. And I wish I could impact more people right now, instantly, but it's not going to be that case. It's probably going to be more of a future generation thing, like 10 years from now. And when I actually have made income and innovations in industry that is like I'm doing more rocketry. I'm in an enterprise right now for rocketry, and the school I'm going to is an R1 institution, one of only like five in the state, and they just got that title this year. The tuition and stuff is going up a lot. Uh, Students are getting accepted less because more people are wanting to come here, and we can't expand the campus much. I'm a fourth year this year, and I have good contacts with people. I have good relationships with people that have authority. I've had bad relationships with them before, but then I turn it into a positive because I've explained my situation, and people can have empathy in times if you can relate to them. And then once people relate to you, you're able to like, as long as you're real, you just have to be real with who you are, what you've experienced. It's hard if you fake everything in your life. It seriously is just negative. Everything. I've always been real, and it's got me in trouble, and it's also made me successful. Most of my peers are, I feel like, are just jealous and envious, and they always are like targeting people that have intellectual ability. And I'm not saying that necessarily I'm just intellectual. Like, I wasn't. I was born and called stupid my whole life. I wasn't just like magically, oh hey, you're smart. Um, I wasn't bullied entire life and pushed down my entire life by everybody around me. And you know what? It made me more individualized, more mindful of what other people are feeling, why they do certain things, and then you experience more and more, and you push yourself through more because you know you can take it on, and then you see more and more, and you learn more and more because you want to. You get addicted to certain journeys that other people don't, and more willpower to do things that other people won't. It's very useful and very harmful. It just depends on the perspective. The perspectives I've taken have been harmful, and the perspectives I've taken have been useful. But I've been more or less lately, been more positive with my perspectives, no matter what happens. And whenever I see negative people, evil people, my definition of an evil person would be someone that's like purposely using people based off a trait that they are envious of, jealous of, crave. Um, People that are like actually sucking energy out of people purposely. And the only way that you're going to be able to protect yourself is if you're already like completely individualized in your mind and have authority in your mind. When you let other authorities take control of your brain, you are no longer individualized. You are a product of a system. You are the creation of yourself until you are part of a system, and you can break out of the system. I mean, it's like people wake up sometimes in their life. I don't think most people do though. Uh, Actually having bliss and mindfulness that is true is so rare. Like people are faking almost everything nowadays. Anywhere you go, people are faking. I don't necessarily want publicity. I don't necessarily really want even high income. My intentions are to grow and make society better through creative acts, but also innovation. I would like to engineer products and technologies that are more efficient and make human life better rather than harmful. And I would like to give them out to the public at decent prices so that they're affordable, depending on whatever the application is, whatever I'm selling. My goal is not necessarily to obtain a boatload of power. Like my goal in life is to, I need power and I need money. Those are things that you're gonna need for what my goals are. My goal is to actually make change that can maybe innovate through culture. So culture, like I'm part of it. Like I'm not saying like I'm gonna be like this like everyone's gonna remember me forever, or this or that. But the fact is, if you're like in a niche in a world where everyone is like confused and you're so specialized in certain areas and you've been alone for so long, you're gonna your perspective is valuable to other people. You are going to be extremely valuable to other people. Your knowledge, you can teach people. Like I feel like I can teach people so much in 10 minutes, and I'm only 21 years old, but my experience is so in depth, and most people wouldn't even I have had so many traumas that I've had to overcome, but those traumas are not just trauma. I've done so many stupid things in my life, and we're just like stuff has been inflicted based on my actions. Most stuff is based on my actions, and I've taken accountability for actions that weren't necessarily my fault, but I still take accountability for it. And those traits have harmed me, but also made me grow. There's just a lot. to this world, and I feel like most people are stuck in mindsets where they can't change. I have a lot of feelings. My feelings are in depth, in depth, in depth. And that is an attribution to my art. Feelings and emotion are different. Um, my emotions are, it's very, so I don't show emotion. I feel a lot, but I won't show emotion. I've learned to stop showing emotion so much. I do show emotion in my like, I show emotion, but I don't show emotion necessarily. Um, I'll explain my feelings, but if you're not explaining your feelings in a proper way, emotionally, you're not gonna come across properly to other people, and they ain't gonna listen, and they're never gonna take you seriously, especially if you're very like over dramatically emotion. Because emotion is like you expressing yourself, you know, with your feelings. Basically, what based on your feelings, you're expressing your emotion. Uh, that's my interpretation of it, at least. Okay, let me reload this real quick, and we are gonna probably start to get on with this. Can't just like sit with black, you know. This is the painting, guys. This is why we streamed. This is why I'm here. I just want to paint black. This is my goal. Black canvases. It's make company, and there's probably a company out there called Black Canvases or something like that. They probably sell like $1,000 canvases. There's got to be all the premium products out in the society. I do buy premium product, but mainly clothing that is very specific. Like if it's something that's super appealing to me, and it's only gonna be like $100 for like a pair of jeans or something. That is the most I'll pay, and it would have to have the illusion of being on sale because everything's an illusion. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to get more like critical here, more details, get some different brushes out. But first off, I'm gonna mess up with this blue some. Forget it's not scratch. Okay, we're just gonna take some of this blue here. Honestly, I think one of my gifts might be my ability to make color choices without really like my mind. I just make choices with colors that I think are pretty appealing. Almost all my pieces have pretty good color combinations. No lighting isn't that good here in the video. Wonder if that might be better. We'll go with it for a bit. The, the the white with that other lighting was probably better, and not the dark. I gotta think about it here in a minute. I don't have time to think about it. My brain is like fried right now. I am just like I don't know. I like painting though when my brain feels like this because it's like I don't want to do anything technical. I'm feeling kind of sluggish. I had like a very uh, thoughtful day. Let's say that I had a very thoughtful day, very aware, mindful, thinking about a lot of different things that could happen, and it's like every other day. I do it every day. I'm always thinking, what can we do? What can we do to make stuff better? You know, it's a lot of thinking, not enough doing. I did a lot, but I didn't. I need to do more and more. Do I really need to do more? I think I'm doing enough. If I just keep up the pace, that should be good. This is about to be like some Bob Ross type fucking shit. This is different. I don't think I've drawn painted like this before necessarily. Color differently. I don't know how to explain it. It's way different. Ooh, maybe I could put some. Oh, I got an idea. See, I just keep having ideas after ideas. It's just a black canvas. I'm just having so many ideas. It's only so much you can do in this moment, though. So what is the best option? What is the best choice? We're gonna flood right here too. And there. Round it some like swirly type things. undercoat of darker blue would have probably been a better idea. And then going through with this. Yeah, we learn. We'll experiment next time. Alright, I'm liking this. So, move on, I think, right now. We're going to go a little bit back into the foreground. I mean, the background. The foreground. Yeah, we're going to go back into the foreground. Actually. Subsequently. Okay. Now we get into the juicy part. Let's see here. We can do. I figured it out. I figured it out. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I figured it out. Someone's mom. Alright, let's I'm thinking darker red. Let's mix some of this. I'm gonna make some gesso with the red first. And add a little bit of black. There we go. I like that color. That is a nice color right there. Like a brownish red. This can be for the land. You can't see it, but you'll see it in a second. Give me a second. Okay. Boop. Boop, boop. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Sometimes I find myself in my sleep, dreaming and dreaming and dreaming of sheep. And I think if I add a little bit of blue, that should do the trick. And then we got a purple. Gorgeous looking purple, actually. I like the color. I like this pigment. There's indeed. Okay. Now I think I'm done with that purple. Let's add a little. Let's make it a little lighter. We're gonna take the same pigment, just adding a tiny bit of red. I know y'all can't see it. And now I'm gonna mix it up. Get this going. I don't even know if this makes it lighter. That's just what I assume. I always go by experimentation. And it usually works. Well, let's add some gesso. Maybe that will light it up. Probably just make it gray or something. Nope, it's lightening it up, I think. Okay, grab a little more. Oh, there's some brown. I added black. I had to have added black. This pigment's gonna be wicked. Can't really cut the pigment so much different in person. You need a camera that's pigment oriented. A little bit more white. I want a little lighter. A little bit. Honestly, I'm gonna add even more white. We want more white. We need a lot of white. As much white as we can possibly accumulate. We need as much of it. We need to lighten this shit up. Alright, we got a Barney looking purple. That looks good. So we're just gonna go all out right now. Right here in the center of this guy's mouth. This looks like a Patrick Star. This is pink and this like a pink purple. It's like Patrick Star. Good Patrick. Might as well just do Patrick. Yeah, painting with gesso and acrylics is a lot different than just acrylics. I can attest. I enjoy it a lot more. It's a lot smoother. I feel like I have more control. When I was doing acrylic, just normal acrylic, kind of felt like I just didn't have any areas I don't have any control. This, I can